Hello everyone and welcome back to Ravensberg. So I've been busy in between the last episodes. So I've brought the T8 over because the grass field is now ready to cut. We've swung over into early autumn. The maize is looking good. And I think we'll use this for maize silage. We don't need the corn for anything, so I reckon that's probably ready to go even now, I think. If we have a look at the menu, yeah, it's on its last growth stage, so I think we can get that sorted today. A couple of things that we've got going on. I have courseplay running in field 22. That's a soybean contract because they're ready to harvest. I have sent the Fent over, and that will unload the combine. I think that's the Fent there. For some reason, it's going all the way around the outside there. But anyway, what we'll do today real quick is we'll hop into the T8 and we'll get this grass cut. Now, I'm not sure what I want to use this grass for, so I'm just going to windrow it up, and I don't think we need any more silage, but I think we could probably do with some hay. If we have a look at the forecast, we've got drying potential over the next few days. It's not giving out rain at all, so yeah, that'd be quite good to do. So I've done a couple of contracts in between episodes, as I normally do. We've completely flipped over field 17, which is on the other side over here. I've got the case just reseeding that at the moment. That's having canola put in it, but I believe it's out of planting season. But anyway, the contract came up and we'll still get paid for it. Whether it survives or not, I don't know. So I've also finished my auto drive network for this map. I believe there's not really anything else that I can add. If I do add anything, it would just be personal. It wouldn't be generic. So I've made this available on my Ravensberg channel on my Discord. If you would like to go and download it, entirely up to you. Should just be able to copy that over into your existing save game. It will replace any current auto drive that you have, so just make sure you save that or back that up or move it somewhere before you pop in the new one that I've made available. It's been checked and I think it's working all right, so that's good news at least. It's nice to know you do something right. So yeah, apart from boshing out the contracts, I've not really done anything else. Our crops are not ready to harvest just yet. Although it seems like everybody else's was over the summer. Well, that was just... I had a couple of wheat and barley contracts, didn't I? So we're sitting on quite a good amount of wheat in the silo at the moment. I think perhaps about 50,000 litres, if I remember rightly. Yeah, 43,000 litres of wheat we're sitting on. So, and I think I'll most definitely get this maize done today. And I will do that myself. I'll set a courseplay up for the forager, but I will empty it into the silo myself, I think, and we're going to get quite a lot. I don't know whether you can bale it or not. I don't think you can do that with the maize silage. It's interesting to see, does maize silage go for any more than what normal silage goes for? Maize silage, not really. It's all really poor, to be honest. But anyway, it's all extra income. We're going to get quite a lot, so we might as well use it while we have it. So yeah, we'll just let this dry for now. Might as well use it for hay. We don't actually really need any of it. Like I said when we did the clover silage again, we don't actually need any more. We've got plenty to keep the animals going. I mean, I could invest in some more animals. I was also going to invest in another field as well, but really, there's no point in doing that just now until the winter time. Because then at least we can get some winter crops in for next year and get that all sorted. If we buy it now, we're potentially buying something that's either withered or already harvested. Now when I get to the end of this row, I just want to check on whether that T8's made it to the field or not. It's only a soybean harvest. It's the combine's not going to fill up that much. Okay, so the mass is nearly full actually. It's on 88%. It should actually be calling them over quite shortly. I wonder why they've not called just yet. Yeah, they'll sort themselves out. I've done 2 or 3 harvests now that I've practiced using the unload combine, and I've tried to tweak it so that the harvester calls the tractor and trailer over at about 80% or 70%. But by the time it gets there, it's chasing the combine because the combine doesn't actually stop. It carries on harvesting. So I think just leave it till it's 100%, then it pulls to one side and then the tractor and trailer goes and gets it afterwards. It's actually worked out a little bit better. So we've had the message up to say that the harvester's ready to be unloaded, and that will just pull to one side. And what the bench should do is go and unload it. Now, like I said, with it being a soybean harvest, I can imagine we may even fit the whole harvest into one trailer. It's a 39,000 litre trailer, so we'll just have to see. And as soon as that message disappears, we know that they've sorted it. Can even have a look on the map. Yep, so he's heading on around the field. Wicked. And they just get this last strip done to begin with. Now I'm hoping I can get through editing and filming and recording and talking this episode without my computer going off. That would be nice. I've did not plan this day very well because I've got electricians in just now rewiring my kitchen, and I came on here this morning and my computer just boop died because I totally forgot they would need to turn the power off. But they're creating a new circuit for the kitchen, so they shouldn't need to touch any of the other power sockets. So we should be good. But yeah, if there's a random cut, then you'll know why. I'm trying to actually save regularly. And I'm going to put autosave interval back onto every 10 minutes. That will help. Okay, so we can take this back. And then we can head on down to the shop and maybe get a look at getting a forage harvester. Let's get this maize sorted. So we'll need to get another trailer for here, because the other trailer is in use, so 2 trailers will be quite useful. So let's send the T8 to the shop. If it's going to make it. I probably should have configured this yard a little bit better. No, we should be fine. And let's get into the case. Okay, so it's already emptied once, so you see that's worked quite well. Okay. Let's see if we can send that case anywhere else just now. So the sowing's finished. That's 5,000. There's another one there. Oh, for another canola field. Okay. So shall we do field 3? That's quite close to us. So all we need to do is send it to field 3. Use course play. Delete that, what we've just done. Field 3. We don't need any headlands. Get straight into it when it gets there. Anyway, let's get down to the shop and let's get this forage harvester sorted. Okay, so what I've done is I have bought this Brantner power tube, which is the 55,000 litre trailer. Excellent. And I've also leased the Krone Big X 580, which I love. I love this forage harvester. I always use this one. Very good. So we'll get that attached and we can get that sent. Okay, and this orange looks quite nice as well on this T8. Orange is not really something I ever usually go for. And this is, like I said, a huge trailer. Very large capacity, so we'll see how quickly we fill up that bunker silo. May have to just do a dry run. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to reach the back of the bunker with this, because it is on that tight corner, isn't it? And I've got bales in the way too. Now we should be fine. I'll just try on the way past and then I'll see you when I get back to the yard. Now we'll be fine. We'll just have to take it easy. We'll be fine. Oh, here we go. And this is filling up quite quickly as well. It's been a long time since I've done a forage harvest. I know I did one on Scruff's multiplayer on Homeworld. That was at night time. That was quite interesting. But as for my own Let's Plays, not something I do very often. But you know, because now we've got the animals, and I think a lot of the animals take maize, so I thought it would have just been best, like maize silage. I wonder if any of them take fresh maize. I think the sheep might do. I wonder if I can just get this down. I want it to match the speed. So I get up, and it's good that they're going to wait as well. Let me just get that on. That's it, cruise control. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the sheep take fresh maize, so we can dump a load off for the sheep on this. I wonder where I can store it. Maybe you could bale it. Can you bale it? That would be interesting. We could try and dump some on the ground and try and bale it. I wonder if the fast bale has a configuration. Because if we can bale the fresh maize, then we can at least keep some of this. That's the wrong menu. No, it was. It was the right menu. It wasn't. Baling technology. Let's see if we can get up the fast bale. Okay, so fresh maize. So it can. So we can potentially dump a load on this field here. That might be worth trying once we're full. Something different. Oh, we're nearly at 55,000 litres already. Look how much of the field we've still got left to go. I'm not sure why I didn't do this last little bit here, but anyway, I'll just drive over that. That'll get rid of it. So once we're nearly full, I think if I take up... Can I do this tip from grain door? So if I tip this from the grain door, that should leave a nice swath, and we can try and bale some of this before we go, because 55,000 litres will be way more than enough for the sheep, and also we'll get an extra category fulfilled, so they'll be a lot more healthier, a lot more happier. Here we are, so we're nearly at 55 now. And then, of course, yeah, so that's it. So course play will just stop there, but let me just get up. Let's see if we can just dump this in a nice straight line. And let's get down the other side. This is quite exciting. I hope it does work now, because otherwise I'm going to feel really silly. Oh, I'm sure it'll work. I'm sure it'll be fine. Wrong button. Oh, yeah. Keep moving forward, Marela. Okay, well that's nearly done already. We'll just leave the forage harvester there for a minute whilst we try this. Okay. Just pull to one side. Right, let's go and get the baler. Exciting. You can see it definitely has a different texture. It's very similar to grass, but a slightly different texture, so it's a good thing about having that yard, this yard right next to the field as well. Okay, well the first bale that's going to come out is clover, so that's fine. And we're going to go really slow because there's a lot of... Okay, so it is working. It is doing the fresh maize. Is it going to wrap it though? Oh no, I think it'll wrap it. Let's just see what it does on the first one. Yeah, I think we're going to need a conventional baler. Yeah, it's going to wrap it. Okay. So So this will work. Just turn that off. No, I wanted to turn the implement off. This is going to work, but we need to buy a different baler. So let me just get that set up, because I'll just get a square baler then in that case. Okay, so I ended up just getting this case baler. This is a really good mod. I can't remember who it's by just now, but it will be in the description. But it's £24,000. Cannot grumble at that. So this will, it said, pick up fresh maize, which it has. So we'll be able to make fresh maize bales. Oh, if I can try and stick to the middle of it so it doesn't, because it's basically acting like chaff, isn't it? So that's interesting. It comes out a little bit like straw. I hope that it recognises it as fresh maize and not straw when I pick it up. 8,000 litre bales will be enough, and I can take them straight over to the sheep yard once we've finished up here. But yeah, really good idea to keep the sheep going. Let's just pick up the dribs and drabs here. Okay, that should all be picked up now. And empty. Well, that's quite good. We have 3,000 litres left in the baler, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that would make sense because we did just use a little bit before that wrapped up. But yeah, happy with these. What does it say that they are? Oh no, see, it says straw. See, that's where I've gone wrong. Do you know what? I'm going to check something, because if I can't remember if I have straw me activated on this. I'm going to have to change it otherwise, and then we can give it take number 2. Right, I'll be back. Okay, so I didn't have straw me installed. That's usually the issue. It's probably to do with that baler. So we've just got some nice straw bales to be lasting us. So let's just forget that ever happened, and we'll tidy up that later. But we'll still have loads of maize, and we can just take the trailer over. Let's put that back to tip at the back as well, because otherwise it's going to come out really slow. We'll just take this over to the sheep and feed it to them, like like now when it's finished, rather than waiting. There's not really much point in trying to figure out how to do it then after, but this is all part of the process. It's more than likely to be a mod conflict of some description. Last time I had this happen, I had soybean straw turn into normal straw on Spectacle Island, but it was straw me that was doing it with the add-on straw harvest, but I don't seem to have any of them actually downloaded on my computer right now. So I'll catch up with you when this is full, at 55, and then we'll take the first load down to the bunker silo. And I hope that's not bleeding through the walls or anything, but this bunker silo by Top Ace is usually pretty good. I have the one that you can just drive through straight on Oak Hill, but this one's built into the map here. So I think we're going to get a fair whack in here. That'd be nice. So what I'll do is I will time-lapse the rest of the harvest, and then we'll see how much we've got at the end, and then all we need to do then really is shift these bales. But I actually think there'll be a decent amount of straw bales there. We can actually perhaps get some manure for the cows, maybe. Anyway, see you back after this. Right, I'm stopping the time lapse here just for a minute because I've spilt a load around the back. It's not going well for me today. Let's just say that quite safely. So I just want to hop on into the telehandler and get that cleaned up. That baler can go back as well. Absolutely. Where did I put the telehandler? Well, the bucket's there. I think it's in here. But it's going well so far. I think just a couple more passes and I'll be done. We've got a lot of silage going on just now. Well, a lot of fresh maize with the chaff. I haven't checked how much we've got just yet because I wanted to finish and then see how much we've got. But we need to... Probably going to have to sort all this out. I should have really bought a leveler or something. Yeah, I piled it quite high. I did try and flatten it a little bit, but as you saw, I piled it all in the middle, and usually I don't roll like that when I'm doing bunker silos. Okay, well, it's still fresh maize, so at least that's not changed, so the silo seems to be doing its job. Hopefully that's it. I'm sorry about this. Too much foliage in my face. And I keep forgetting every time I come back to the yard, I keep forgetting that I can actually come through the other side and then reverse a little bit easier as well. So what I'll do is I'll just park this away because I'm going to need to come past here, just over this side. Yeah, so we definitely need to get this flattened first, so let's get this done. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave the forage harvesting just there for now. So let me just hop on into the forage harvester. Now the reason being is because I think we have way too much silage that we need. I think we've nearly got 300,000 litres. I did check a little bit earlier. Let's fold that up. Pipe in. And what we'll do is we'll just leave that for just corn, and then we can just sell it when we need to. So we have a couple of things to do, and I need to take this now over to the sheep because they need to be fed. So there's 4,600 litres. Now we don't have many sheep. The feed that they take for... let's just pop our cruise control up again. The food that they take... all the other stuff is actually like 600 and 300 litres, so I can pop this fresh maize into the shed just there, and maybe I can just dump it on the floor once they've not taken what they need. That might be a good idea. We'll see. If it's under cover, it shouldn't rot away while it's loose. Fingers crossed. But we will see. So let's get this gate open. Last time I came past the sheep, they were... There we go, they had to reset themselves. Yeah, so they only took like 400 litres. If I spin this around, I think I can make a space in this shed here. And if I dump it here, then we can... use the bucket. We can use the bucket on the Massey, that's it, to pick it up when we need it. And like I said, it shouldn't rot away just there. So I've left the trailer just there because we won't actually need that anymore. We need to just go and flatten what's in the bunker silo. Make sure that's all compacted. and then see how much we've got as well, because there's way more than we need. And I'm scared that there's no actual sort of tipping point for this, because I tipped it, but it doesn't seem to... I can't really see where it would start to level off. So let's have a look how much we've got. 275,000 litres. That's pretty decent going. And we're already 66, because I did do a bit of compacting before I went back out into the field. And yeah, I think just having the corn finish off, sort of growing and ready to harvest, and we'll just keep that, because we don't need any more of this. Like, honestly, 275,000 litres is far more than enough than the amount of animals we've got. I mean, I'm not planning on having, you know, 150 cows anytime soon. Absolutely not. So it's been an interesting episode. Things haven't gone actually quite to plan. Not as to plan as I would like, but that cannot be helped. Some days you just get those types of episodes where you have to try things out in order to know whether you can succeed at them or not, I suppose. But maybe the bale thing was just a little bit beyond my reach. I assume it's just a problem with that mod not being compatible for Fresh Maize, but it did say it would take it. But, you know, when it says that and what it's actually going to do is usually two different things, isn't it? The harvester says it's in traffic, so we'll have to just check that out real quick. Aha. That will be why. It's trying to turn around and this guy has parked itself right here. There's not much of this harvest left to do, actually. There we go. Let's get back in the T8. Finish compacting this, so I'll just catch you once this is all compacted. Righto, so we're nearly done. Just a couple more percent. I perhaps could have got one more load in here than I thought I was going to be able to, but not to worry. We've still got plenty enough. And so I've got a few things to be cracking on with, so the day's flown by. It's 5 to 6 already. I left it in ×5 because when I leave it in ×1 I usually end up doing things for about an hour and then I've still got the rest of the day to go, but I thought today I'll leave it on ×5. So that's it. Fresh maize is now fermenting. Oh, it's green. I like that. Nice. Okie doke. So with 275,000 litres of maize silage we'll have. Well, let's turn the T8 off. Yeah, so I've just got to turn my attention to collecting those bales out the field. They won't go to waste, even though they're not what we expected them to be. But we still managed to put some to one side for the sheep anyway. And by the time next year comes around, we could even get... What else do they take? Wet clover and wet grass. So we don't even have to do maize again, but it was just an idea whilst we were doing it. So yeah, not everything went to plan, but still an episode all the same. But yeah, a bit of forage harvesting from me. If you've enjoyed yourself, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. It really does help, and I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio.